Okay, I'm going to be talking Briar as fast as I possibly can. Alright, runes. This is probably the best rune set that you can probably take. You get faster smite, you get the free boots, it's pretty nice overall. Me personally though, I like to run Tank Briar, I like to run Conqueror and Overgrowth for the additional health. If you want to go high damage Briar or ambush Briar, then you could definitely go with the Domination, press the attack. But I'm just going to run, for the sake of this video, Conqueror because that's what I'm used to.
I'm hungry.
Okay, Briar abilities. Your Q deals magic damage, you leap to a target, you stun them, it scales with your physical and it scales with ADAP. You also puncture a little bit of their armor and magic resist. At level 1 it's 10%, at level 5 it's 20%. So you jump over here, you smack them, you get the little icon. Ta-da. W. You will dash to a location within the circle. This can also go through walls if you need it to. You will immediately latch on to the nearest target. You will automatically start running to them and auto-attacking them. You can recast the ability to get a chomp. The chomp will deal additional physical damage and will also heal you for a percentage of the damage that it does. You get more damage based on how much missing health that you have, also scaling with AD. You get bonus attack speed and bonus move speed. However, you cannot control your movement or who you're attacking. You will just automatically attack whoever the closest target is. Your E will charge up and lock you in place while you channel. Will push back targets, will slow them. It deals magic damage, scaling 340% with your physical and with your magic damage. If the target slams into a wall after being pushed back, they become stunned and take a large chunk of bonus damage as well. Now, during the cast time of your E, you will also rapidly recover health whenever you cast it. This becomes important when you take into consideration Briar's passive. Briar's passive will incur up to 9 bleed stacks on a target, scaling with level and physical damage, and it will heal you for a quarter of the pre-mitigation damage, so whatever armor or magic resist they have does not matter. Alright? Now, you also increase the amount of healing that you receive from all sources based on missing health. So the lower health that you are, you get the highest of 45% increased healing, which buffs the healing on your E, buffs the healing on your passive, buffs the healing on your W, you know, pretty important stuff. This is important to know that your main source of DPS is going to be coming from your W, so your E can also cancel your W and put it on cooldown if you need to get away. Your R is going to kick a pillory all the way down. It has semi-global range. From the center of the map you can hit anyone anywhere, so if you also hit nearby targets with your E or with your R, it will fear and slow anyone around them within a specific radius. It has a pretty wide projectile radius as well. You can cancel your ultimate early with E as well if you need to. Say it goes into a bad spot, you just tap E and you walk away. Whenever you are in your R, you get bonus lifesteal, magic resist, armor, and move speed. So you become extremely tanky, very hard to kill. You also get access to summoner spells whenever you self-taunt with R or with W. Alright, moving on next. We have the combos for Briar. Your first combo that you're probably going to use on close range for jungle camps or anyone who ambushes you is you're going to basic attack, Q, basic attack, W. And that's just what you're going to be talking about. So when you do it all together, it becomes basic attack Q, basic W, and then as your W begins to run out, just at the end, as you get that final attack in, you recast your W. I actually screwed it up that time, so let me try again. You're going to do the chomp there on the recast. So if your target is within range when you start the recast of your W, and then they walk out of range as you stand still, you will deal the damage, which means even if they flash away, if they walk away, you're going to be able to hit them. Now, another combo that you can do is you walk up to your target, you Q, and then E. Since your Q is going to stun your target for 0.85 seconds, your E takes 1 second to channel. If they are dead in the center of your ability, you are going to be able to hit them unless they flash or use mobility out of the way, which consumes resources. And then you get the first stun from your Q, then you get the second stun from your E, and because they also have their armor shredded from your Q, your E deals even more damage, which makes it very good for burst damage. Alright, so now I'm going to be talking about Briar's jungle pathing, spell priority, and pathing, and itemization and all that. Depending on what you have on your team and what's on the enemy team, these are the 4 main builds that I would recommend. So there's your like duelist if you just want to burst people down. If you have to go anti-tank based on what's on their team. If you have to be the tank on your team with sustain, or if you just want to out clear the enemy jungler, get more ganks in, these are the builds that you would go for. I recommend maxing out W first, as it gives you the additional speed, like attack speed, movement speed, the AoE physical damage and bleed for clearing out jungle camps faster. It's also your main source of DPS, as previously mentioned. Then max out E whenever you can, then Q, take R whenever you can. Remember that your W can also go through walls, so using that to speed up your clear. Depending on the build that you want to go for, if you have a combined first back of less than 1,000, I would say, or around 1,000, say you take pickaxe, you take boots, you take double long sword boots, you take recurve bow, then you're going to be backing after you do a red clear, blue clear, and scuttle crab, and then you can pick up your red camps again and then dragon, as they should be respawning around that time. Whereas if you want an expensive item like Tiamat or Tunneler, you're going to do red, blue, crab, and then gank a red. Again, you're going to want a basic, and then again, remember to recast your W right as it's about to end for the additional damage. Once your target gets to about 100 to 120 HP, you can just start walking away. Remember, we're going to go Krugs here. And so you just smite Krugs. Knock those out. Start walking away. You basic attack one. You basic attack the next. You basic attack the next. And then that will clear up the rest of it. We're going to use the dash speed here. Actually missed the bite, which is tragic. And then, again, we're just going to start walking away. We take Q third, and then again, we start maxing out W, then E, then Q, then taking R whenever we can. Dash and smack this guy in the head. Okay, that should deal with that. So we're gonna walk over here, we're gonna dash the wall. And that should deal with that, with the extra bleed damage. Yep, there it is. Do that, smite, gonna Q, we're gonna start running away. We're going to actually W over the wall into the crab. So we're gonna take W again. We're gonna take this. It's gonna start bleeding. Should die. And so we're just gonna walk back over here. You don't want to walk through mid, but I'm just doing it because I'm lazy. And I actually went too fast, and so my camps haven't actually respawned yet. LMAO. Should respawn in a few seconds, though. Yeah, this is why sometimes you would want to back. You want to go for the gank on mid. That's also not a bad idea, just to fill up your dead time. That should deal with that. Okay. And then we're going to walk on over. We're going to take Krugs again. While you're here, you could definitely ward Dragon. We're actually going to hold our smite on these Krugs, because that will allow us to have it for Dragon. Here in a second. I'm going to take that, and boom, and then W, AoE damage and recall. And so now, as you can see, we have the 1,250. So we can get Tiamat, we can get Tunneler, like that's fine. We can buy like pickaxe and boots if we wanted that. We could do triple longsword. Gives us a lot of we could get Phage if we wanted that. But now I guess I should actually explain the builds in question. So we're just gonna get a bunch of money. When it comes to Briar, as I said before, you can burst down people, you can do anti-tank, you can be the tank, you can clear speed. You want to go for Duelist. Eclipse gives you bonus attack damage and gives you the shield, deals 6% physical health damage against the enemy. You have Titanic Hydra, again, AoE, attack speed, your health goes up, you can hit people in an area. Then with Tank Buster, Blade of the Ruined King deals 8% on hit of the enemy's max health, or current health, which is really, really good, and it buffs your attack speed. And then Black Cleaver to shred through armor, attack speed, HP, or attack damage, HP. Tanky Bruiser, Titanic gives you the health and damage, Overlord gives you health and damage, and allows you to scale even more bonus health into attack damage, which is why I like to take Conqueror and Overgrowth on Briar. With the Duelist, I highly recommend the Domination path. With most of the builds, though, you could definitely use the Inspiration path as well. Clear Speed, Titanic Hydra with the AoE, Kraken Slayer for the attack damage and attack speed and move speed. This is also kind of good for bursting squishies because it deals flat bonus physical damage on hit. Then some other items to round these out. If you want more tankiness, Sundered Sky for the healing on hit, Black Cleaver for the attack damage and healing. They give the same amount of healing and health, so do what you will with that. Overlords, Heartsteel is always good. Iceborne Gauntlet for the armor, health, and bonus physical damage, and it also slows. Attack damage and attack speed. Eclipse, Rage Blade's really good, especially since it procs on hits again, so that combos really well with things like Kraken Slayer, with Blade of the Ruined King, with Black Cleaver, with Sundered Sky, with Heartsteel. It's so on and so forth. Just almost all the items that you would want to build on Briar. Kraken Slayer, Blade of the Ruined King, Yuntal Wild Arrows, if you want to go for attack speed or crit chance Briar, that's also really good. I recommend if you go for this, you take the green pet, just for the added survivability, because you will be bursting people down a lot, especially if your runes are going to be along the domination path, which would be really, really good for this as well. And then Hybrid Briar, since your E and your Q and your R all scale really well with magic damage, Rage Blade is really good, Nashor's is really good, Zonia's is really good, especially with the survivability of it. Riftmaker, which combos really well with Overlord Bloodmail, since it gives you the bonus HP, which converts into even higher attack damage and higher ability power. And you get the Omnivamp, and you get bonus health as ability power. And then Lichbane, which, again, really good for the burst damage as well. So yeah, that's typically how you would want to build Briar.